Our stock standard push-up, guys. We're gonna first demo a couple of reps and then we'll talk through some key points. So, as we look at the push-up, first I want to mention the push-up doesn't always get the credit it deserves in terms of the difficulty. Executed with the proper technique, push-up's actually a pretty high difficulty exercise in terms of stimulus, right? Whereas I deal with a lot of general fitness folks, most folks struggle with the push-up with proper technique. So don't be surprised if you're in that group. That being said, hand position. Let's talk about how to make them the best we can. I want to have my hands really spread out, make as wide a base as I can, and ideally that middle finger pointed straight ahead. From there, hand width and angles is going to be a little bit individual. What I recommend is play around with that position. For most folks, we're going to want the elbow in that 30 to 45 degree window. That's going to allow us the best range of motion and the least amount of friction in the shoulder. But within that window, there's plenty of room individuality-wise for a more comfortable plane of pushing in. So experiment a little bit. But generally speaking, somewhere in here, okay? A good indication of if that's the right spot for you, if you're, let's say, really narrow, and you feel like you get towards the bottom and your shoulders want to go forward, not good. Move them a little wider and a little further down. And then as you go into the bottom of the push-up, if you find you can get your shoulders back really comfortably, probably a pretty good position for you, okay? From there, really focus on bracing our midline. The abs are going to brace the ribs. The ribs, if they're breaking and flaring, which is really common in the push-up, so as I'm going down, I start to arch. What that's going to do is it's going to make it harder for my shoulder blades to move around that rib cage because the angle is going to be in the way. So we want to really focus on bracing here and allowing our shoulder blades to move around that stable core, okay? So keeping really good body tension through the stomach, through the butt, and through the quads is something that maybe gets overlooked, but is super important. So get real tight through the bottom half. And we've got our push-up.